Hey, Helldivers. First, I'd like to say thanks so much for the support that you've been showing this channel in the past few weeks. I started this channel just to upload some clips of me gaming, but I thought I'd try my hand at some lore and weapon videos, and man, they've done really well, and I just really appreciate it. I love the love that you've shown me with all the subscriptions and comments, so thanks so much. Secondly, I'd like to point something out real quick. My videos are scripted, and the reason for that is because without some guidelines for me to follow, I get off track really easy. So the scripts, they really help me, but I did notice a comment recently that called me out for sounding like I was getting paid to read a script. Originally I thought, well, that's ridiculous. I don't run AdSense on my channel. And Arrowhead Studios sure isn't paying me anything, which is totally fine. I don't want them to. I want to enjoy the game the way I can enjoy the game. And I enjoy making content really for me and for you guys who enjoy watching. But that comment really stuck with me, and then a buddy of mine from the Helldivers Discord actually said the same exact thing. I thought, wait, is this the same guy? No way. It was not. But it made me realize that in a lot of my videos, well, really in most of my videos that I've been putting up, a really super enthusiastic voice. Trying to make the videos more, I guess, appealing, maybe. I realize it's not having the effect that I originally intended. So I'm going to keep making scripted content about lore and weapons, but I'm also going to try my best to chill out and not be so extra in the videos with my voice, So try not to read things like, hello, welcome back, and oh boy, look at this, just to calm down a little bit. So with that being said, the topic of this video, I do have somewhat of a script, but it's really just more bullet notes. So yeah, let's just start with that, So let's talk about difficulty. So Helldivers 2 currently has 9 difficulties. I believe the first game ended up having around 13 after some updates. 9 difficulties is way more than I've ever seen in any other game. I'm not used to it. And the way that difficulty works in the game is you play one difficulty and you beat missions in that difficulty to then unlock the next difficulty. So you can't just jump into the game and go right to the 9th difficulty, which is called a Helldive, at least to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but that's the way it seems to be to me. Something else that's really important is that difficulty doesn't scale with the number of players you have. So if you're going to be doing a level 8 mission and you take 4 people in, but then you go back and do that same mission at level 8, but you're just one person, the game's not going to scale to you. It's not going to say, hey, there's only one person instead of 4. We need to kind of tone it down. Nope. That's just not the case. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's really smart. I think it encourages co-op play. The game is built with co-op play in mind. And so having those higher difficulties really require you to have more people, I think really pushes that idea that this is a co-op game. Of course, that being said, there's plenty of people on YouTube who are doing solo Helldive missions, and it's a breeze for them. They're the exception. Those videos are amazing to watch, by the way. Go look one up. They're just absolutely wonderful. So all that being said, for me currently, I'm playing level 4 missions, which I believe is called challenging. That's what I'm at. And I say that because it's not that high of a level. There's people who can play 5 or 6 level difficulty missions on their own, and again, there's the people who can go all the way up to 9. But it does seem like the general consensus is 5 and 6 is kind of where solo playing stops being viable for the regular players. Again, those solo Helldive guys are an exception. The reason that I'm only at level 4 is because with a full-time job and a family, I don't get the chance to play the game very often. Maybe just twice a week at night. And of course, because of the current server and matchmaking issues, it's kind of hard to get into the game. So, am I bad at the game for still being at level 4? Yeah, probably, to an extent. Do I just need to get good? Yeah, probably to an extent. Will I get better the more I play? Maybe. I hope so. I really hope so. Because I really do want to play on some of those higher difficulties. But that brings up the question, is it okay to play on a lower difficulty level? If you play on a lower difficulty level, is your opinion of the game not as important as those people who are doing, you know, the level 9s. And I think the first thing to say about that question is that games are meant to be fun. And fun can be had at any difficulty. You know, a great example is I bought my wife Skyrim for the Nintendo Switch a few years ago, and she chose to play on the lowest difficulty. And she had fun with it. She enjoyed it. Because she's not a video game player, she doesn't play games really much at all. And so for her, the lowest difficulty was what she was comfortable with and what she had fun with. Now, I play games more often. I can handle games not at the lowest difficulty level, maybe medium to hard mode. But I think it's important to also know that never in my life have I beaten a game on the highest difficulty. That's never appealed to me. I understand that it does appeal to people. I get that. I understand wanting to really kind of go through the experience of the hardest mode, to really test your resolve, to test your skills. I understand that. But at the end of the day, for me, gaming really is that kind of end of day hobby. You know, get off work, do stuff around the house, cook dinner, get my life in check, and then if I have some time, hey, you know, I kind of want to play a game. I want to play some Helldivers 2, or I want to play the finals with my buddies, which I've been playing a lot, or Insurgency Sandstorm. And you know, Insurgency Sandstorm is a great example because that game is, I don't know if I would say it's hardcore, but it is a lot more tough than the games you normally would play. I feel like there's a lot of similarities to Helldivers with that game. But we can talk about that in another video, you know, kind of other games that I think you should play if you enjoy Helldivers 2. But back to difficulty, you know, I've never felt the rush or the need to beat a game on an extreme mode. You know, I don't want the game to be a breeze. The lowest difficulty is kind of boring for me personally. But as a mainly solo player right now, because of servers and matchmaking, I play on level 4s, and I enjoy it. I'm trying level 5s. Level 5 Terminids, I can get close. Level 5 automatons, nah man, the automatons just stomp me. I think right now they're curb stomping everybody right now. You know, hey Arrowhead, you need to look at those guys. They're going crazy. But I think, you know, I need more practice. You know, would I like to advance to a level 5 and a 6? Yes, absolutely. But I need more practice and more time in the game to get the hang of things, you know. I will out myself here. I will make a confession here that I always miss my first grenade when throwing it into a Terminid hive or a automaton factory. Every time. I always have to double grenade it. And when I do switch to grenades, I throw one, and my brain just expects the game to automatically go back to my gun. So then I aim really close to a Terminid. Oh, I'm gonna shoot him in the face, and I throw a grenade, and I think, oh great, now I gotta dive out of the way. But I think that's a part of what makes Helldivers 2 so fun is making mistakes like that and having to get out in a moment. You know, having that rush of, oh my goodness, I need to move, I need to dive. And I think that's something that's really great about Helldivers 2 is that playing on any difficulty will give you progression towards the Galactic War. You can play on a lower difficulty and still help the overall community move towards liberating a planet. I think that's great. That allows people to feel like they are making a difference no matter what level they're playing on, because they are. They are adding to the benefit of liberating a planet. That's what's great. I think that's why the game feels so accessible and why it feels so open. And while there is a very hardcore side to it when you go solo and when you go up to the highest difficulty, there's definitely an openness to the game that anybody could play it and that anybody should play it. And I think that's just so great. So does difficulty matter? That's the question. And it's really a subjective answer, you know, really a subjective question. Does difficulty matter? It just depends on who you ask. For me, difficulty does not matter as much as it does to other people. But I totally understand that. I totally understand for the people who are like, no, I only want to play on the highest difficulty. I want to test my skills. I want to get good. I want to have my head crushed beneath an automaton boot. I want to have the full Helldivers experience. I want to be in hell. You know, I want to struggle because I want to get better and I want to learn and I want to show off my skills. That's great. You know, those people who do that have just as much credit and just as much say-so in the community as the people who play at the lowest levels. They really do, because everybody should be able to enjoy the game at whatever difficulty they want to. If that wasn't the case, if Arrowhead Studio said, no, this is supposed to be a hardcore game, then there wouldn't be all these levels. There wouldn't be 9 levels. Come on, let's be serious. What other game out there, and I'm sure you guys can tell me in the comments, has 9 levels of difficulty? There's so many options to choose from, and that's just what's great. You can jump in and be that hardcore player, or you can just jump in solo, or you can jump in with some friends and just take it easy, you know, play an easy mission. And then there's people like me who are kind of stuck in the middle. I don't want it to be too easy. I want it to be challenging, but I just haven't had the time or the access to get up into those higher difficulties. But I do really hope that I do get those options. So I can't state this enough. I don't think at the end of the day it matters what difficulty you play on. You can enjoy the game on any difficulty. There's some great bragging rights when you do it at the highest difficulty, and I think that if you play it on the lowest difficulty, then that's also viable. You're also putting in work towards the Galactic War, and you're having fun, and that's what matters. That's what games are for. You know, if you play on a level 3 mission, you know, and you never advance, you know, you just say, hey, I just want to keep playing level 3s. Yeah, of course, some players won't play with you because they really just want to run difficulty 8 or 9. But that's fine. Again, the game is so accessible that you can find people to play with at any level. Now, you may think this whole video and this whole talk is for me to hide behind my horrible gameplay, and it's not. I do have horrible gameplay. I mean, just look at my gameplay, dog. I suck at this game. The automatons are rough. They have been stomping me. And so I do think it is funny in a lot of my videos, in my lore videos, or even in my weapon reviews, I'll be like, oh man, this weapon is just so hardcore, it destroys these guys so easily. And then the footage that's playing is me being eaten alive by bugs. I think that's a part of what's so hilarious about Helldivers, and what's just so much fun about the game is you can talk a big game and then out of nowhere just get curb stomped by some bugs or some automatons. But I'm having fun, you know, so I'm going to keep working my way through level 4s and try my hardest to get to level 5 and then 6 and onward. I honestly don't think I'll ever get to a level 9. That's just me. Maybe one day, you never know. But I'm gonna keep going from where I am. You know, I'm gonna play the difficulty I want, and you should feel comfortable playing the difficulty you want. Because it's a video game, and games are meant to be enjoyed at the end of the day, at whatever level you want. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I know this was a longer one, but I really enjoyed just sitting down and having a chat. Hopefully the gameplay is not too horrible. Probably is in the background. But once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support on the channel. Really appreciate that you guys enjoy the content. You know, let me know what you think down in the comments below if you want to see different types of videos, if you want to see more of these, or if there's a topic, you know, say, hey, this would be a good topic for you to kind of casually chat about. So once again, thanks so much, and don't forget to spread democracy.